If you're a mid-level to C-suite leader who wants to own your growth and figure out your next small, brave move to achieve your leadership goals, you are in the right place. Welcome to the Small Brave Moves podcast, a weekly deep dive on how to be braver in leadership and in life for exceptional results. I'm your host, Nicole Bianchi, best-selling author, certified master executive coach, NSA certified speaking professional, chief bravery officer, and tough talk expert. If you're ready to become a better, braver, and more authentic leader, let's dive in. Hello, friends and brave leaders. Welcome back to Small Brave Moves, the podcast that helps you show up with more bravery in your everyday leadership and life. Today's episode is for anyone who's feeling overwhelmed, overbooked, or like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders as a leader. We're talking about something that might sound a little luxurious, maybe even a little indulgent, but I promise it's neither. It's a necessity for success in today's leadership. Today, we're exploring how to lead with more flow and ease. So what does that even mean? Why does it matter? How do you do it without dropping your standards, your drive, or your results? Well, let's dive in. What is flow and ease really? I mean, when I say flow and ease, I'm not talking about checking out or taking a nap under your desk, though I won't stop you if that's what you really need today. I'm talking about leading without gripping so tightly, responding instead of reacting, choosing intentionality over urgency, letting go of control, not your commitment. Flow and ease is a state of being where things feel aligned and where you trust yourself, where your decisions are rooted, not rushed, where your energy feels sustainable instead of constantly drained. You're still doing brave, hard, meaningful things, but you're doing them from a place of clarity and calm. This doesn't happen by accident. It takes work. It takes awareness, and most of all, it takes self-mastery. So here's why flow and ease matter more than ever. We are living and leading in a time of constant disruption, back-to-back meetings, competing priorities, hybrid everything, and emotional fatigue. Hello, burnout. And the default setting in leadership today is stress. And here's the thing. You can't lead others well when you're constantly fighting yourself. So if you feel like you're reactive, disconnected, and depleted, your team feels it too. If you're chasing validation or control, it shows. And if you're leading from fear, people stop trusting, even if they can't quite name the why behind it. Flow and ease aren't just personal preferences, they're leadership advantages. A recent report from McKinsey found that leaders who exhibit high emotional intelligence, which is self-awareness, empathy, and regulation, are more likely to create high-performing, engaged, and loyal teams. In short, how you lead yourself shapes how your team performs. So much of leadership training out there focuses on how to influence others, how to give feedback, how to drive performance, and they're absolutely important work. But there's a deeper, braver layer, conquering yourself first. Conquer Yourself, Not Others is the concept of my third book that I am currently writing, and it's one of my most personal frameworks. And here's why. It really flips the script. It asks, where am I contributing to the chaos? Where am I reacting from fear or ego? Where do I need to pause, reflect, and recalibrate? Most leadership challenges aren't about others. They're about us. Our fear of failure, our desire to be liked, our need to prove our worth. And here's the good news. You can lead with more flow, you can increase more ease, and you can shift your energy without losing that edge. And it starts with brave self-leadership. So let's make this real. When you're leading with flow and ease, you take responsibility for your energy. You're not available to every fire, only the ones that matter. You make space for deep thinking, not just doing. You set boundaries and honor them. You trust your team and you don't micromanage. And you know when to pause, when to pivot, and when to breathe. Leading this way requires a deep level of courage. Because here's what nobody tells you. It's easier to be reactive than reflective. It's easier to hustle than to pause. It's easier to blame others than to look within. And ease is earned, flow is built, and the only way to unlock them is through bravery. If you're ready to make a shift, start small. Here are 3 small brave moves you can try this week. Number 1, name the chaos. Where is your leadership feeling heavy? Where do you feel like you're swimming upstream? Write it down. Awareness is step 1. Number 2, choose radical responsibility. Ask yourself, how am I contributing to this dynamic? Not from blame, but from ownership, because this is where flow begins. And number 3, create one boundary and keep it. Maybe it's protecting 1 hour for deep work. Maybe it's closing your laptop at 6 p.m. Maybe it's taking 10 minutes to journal before your first call. Start with 1 and don't flake on yourself. Remember, bravery isn't always loud and it isn't always recognized with a big round of applause. Sometimes it looks like saying no. Sometimes it looks like saying not now. Sometimes it looks like sitting still when everyone around you and everything around you says, go faster. You don't have to earn your leadership through stress. You don't have to carry it all, control it all, fix it all to be worthy of being followed. You can lead from a grounded place. You can lead with that clarity, energy, flow, ease. And when you do, your team doesn't just get better. They get permission to show up with more ease too. And I'll tell you what, the days that I do not practice this and I am not true to myself, I feel it. And it's a ripple effect with everyone around me. On the days I am very intentional and I practice this and I work hard to stay true to myself with the boundaries, I am operating in a place with so much joy because of the flow at ease. So here's my challenge to you this week and to myself. Pick one place where you've been pushing too hard. Ask yourself, what would leading with more ease look like here? And then do it bravely, consistently, and without apology. Because small, brave moves create powerful ripple effects. And you, my friend, are worth the shift. So if this episode spoke to you, share it with a fellow leader who could use a little more breathing room in their day. Maybe your leadership circle, maybe your team, maybe your calendar-driven friend who really needs to hear this. And if this message resonated, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe, leave a rating, or share a quick review. That's how we get these brave messages into more hearts, more hands, and more teams. So until next time, breathe deep, lead brave, and remember, flow isn't fluff, ease isn't weakness, and bravery is always worth it. I'll talk to you next week. Hey you, yes, I know you. You're a senior level woman leader who does her best to show up with excellence every single day. You're in the rooms where decisions are made, you're trusted, respected, and looked to for the answers. But when was the last time you gave yourself the same level of energy, clarity, and intention that you give to everyone else? So you worked hard to get here, you're a respected, high-achieving executive, your leadership is trusted, your influence is undeniable. You're always thinking one step ahead, and you carry more than most will ever see. You give, you guide, and deliver results again and again. You love what you do, but let's be honest, there's a cost to always being on. So I created something just for you. It's designed to help you reclaim your energy, amplify your light, and elevate your leadership. If you've been thinking about how you can expand your leadership in a way that doesn't burn you out, but instead lights you up, you're exactly who this is for. It's called the Brave Lead Hership Retreat. It's a 5-day, 4-night experience this September in Siesta Key, Florida, hosted by yours truly. It's intimate, it's transformational, it's luxurious, and it's for respected, high-achieving executive-level women in leadership just like you. If you know your leadership is already extraordinary, but you also know there's another way to lead that feels more energizing and sustainable, well, this retreat is for you. This retreat's about creating that space you need to reignite your energy, gain clarity, and step back into your role with a renewed sense of purpose. It's such an opportunity for you to step away from the noise and into the most aligned, powerful version of your leadership. One that truly fuels you instead of draining you. One that feels authentic and powerful. And if I know you, you've spent your career pouring into others, leading with excellence and delivering results, and now it's time to invest in the leader behind it, you. I know you felt it, the moments where the days blur together, they're full but just not fulfilling. The pressure to sustain high standards without stretching yourself too thin, and the realization that somewhere along the way, you stopped making space for your own clarity, energy, and expansion. So this just isn't another workshop. It's an immersive, intimate, and luxurious experience designed exclusively for women leaders. It's perfect for you if you've been craving the space to reconnect with yourself, recalibrate how you lead without stepping away from your power, deepening your executive presence without losing your authentic voice. Connect with a small circle of 5 to 6 other like-minded, high-performing women leaders who just get it. Reclaim your energy so you can step back into your role with a renewed sense of purpose, focus, and power. So I've spent years inside Fortune 500 boardrooms, coaching senior leaders, executives, and high-performing teams through some of their toughest leadership challenges, high-stakes scenarios, and creating real transformation that fuels both career success and personal fulfillment. I know what it's like to lead at the highest level. I understand the pressure, the expectations, and the drive to just always be your best. And I know that your next level of true leadership expansion, it's really not about doing more. It's about aligning how you lead with who you truly are. So that's the journey this retreat will take you on. And I have a special exclusive price just for my valued podcast listeners. So if you're curious if this retreat is a fit for you, I'm offering a complimentary 15-minute one-on-one call to discuss. This is the only way to access the exclusive offer for my listeners. So no pressure, no hard sells, just a brave conversation to explore if this retreat is aligned with your current and future leadership goals. You can book that one-on-one call through the link in the show notes. Now, keep in mind, this experience is only for 6 to 8 senior or executive level women leaders only, and half of those spots are already reserved, so do not wait. So if something inside of you is saying, oh, this is exactly what I need, trust that voice. Your next level starts here. I can't wait to meet you on the one-on-one call. See you in Florida in September for a transformational and luxurious leadership experience. So keep leading with bravery, clarity, and heart. I'll see you next week.